So the first question I'd love to ask you is, what encouraged you to start streaming?
Oh, okay. So it was Miss Nelly. I think most people would know this. So I had no idea like of Twitch or anything. I know quite a few people like knew of it before they started. I did not have a clue. Like when I met G 2019, I still didn't have a clue at all. And then I remember I was going around her house and she was like, "Yeah, I'm doing a charity stream, so like just make sure you're not too loud or anything." And I remember coming in and sitting down and watching her do this charity event, and I kind of sat in it for about an hour or two. And afterwards, I was like, "Yo, this is so cool!" And she was like, "You should really try it because if you do YouTube anyway," and I played a lot of like games and stuff in my own time. She was like, "Give it a try," because lots of people in her chat were like, "We'd love to see you start a channel." And I was like, "Okay, maybe I will." And it was a shambles at first, but we're here we're here now. We're here now. we got it.
I do remember some of your first streams with you specifically not talking about, like, you never knew what you were going to do. And I felt like you hit the go live button and you'd be like, what do I do now?
There was a rough patch.
What was it that, and I know that's something really relatable for a lot of people, is when they don't know what to play or what they are doing with themselves. What is it that helped you find a rhythm of being able to play games and go, this is what I want to do today?
Well, I mean, you know what it was? It was because when I started streaming, I did just chatting because my computer couldn't handle me doing anything else. And my first computer, when anybody subbed or donated bits, froze. Like the frames were gone. And then when I started playing games, Fall Guys was the big thing. And then it was Among Us. So all I knew was team games. So once it started dying down and people started going back to the games that they mained, I was like, well, what now? What do I do now? So for a while, I remember you being like, quite a few people were like, you just seem really lost on stream. And I was like, I am. Like, I don't know what to do. But slowly but surely, you have to look outside of, oh, like, what's gonna do, like, well, view-wise or whatever. You have to go, what would I enjoy playing? And what, like, because if you're a streamer and you're enjoying what you're playing, people will enjoy watching you. But if you force yourself to play a game, if I'm like, I suck at League of Legends, but if I sat and went, I'm going to play League of Legends because it's one of the biggest games on Twitch and everyone's going to watch me play it, no one's going to watch me because I suck and I won't enjoy it because I suck. So I think just learning what I like playing helps out a ton. And also,
I think with it,
also,
yeah, that's okay.
Also with Twitch, there's always a new top game. So right after Among Us, like I started playing lobbies, and then like I started playing like Sims and stuff, and Minecraft, which you can obviously go off on your own. And I think games like that really helped me taper off into doing my own thing and being like, you know what, I enjoy doing this. I'm gonna do it.
For sure. I think with games like League of Legends, especially, it's a very saturated market. There are so many people out there that are, for lack of a better term, cracked at the game. They are so good. Their Twitch reactions are incredible and they know exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah.
So when somebody tries to go into a category like that, saying, hey, this is what I have to offer, there is nothing wrong with exploring those kind of categories, as a heads up to anybody out there that feels
1,000%.
like they want to climb or do that stuff. But just know that you are running into a very competitive market. So I guess you saying about looking bad, there are people out there that play games that are terrible video games, but people watch them all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that has its own set of values. It has its own market, but it just goes to show about being a person that people want to watch it's not always necessary to be the best at a game.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like things like Twitch, it's so easy to get in your head about stuff. So easy as far as how many people are watching you, how does my setup look, how is everything doing, like after playing Among Us with like DK and Hafu and all like Five Up, all these big names, and then all of a sudden it was like, now I'm on my own, who's gonna, like, what am I gonna do? Like there was a big panic with that, and considering I was like a 3-4 month old channel, I think it was understandable, but now looking back I'm like, oh, shut up Lexie, why, shut up.
Another question I was going to ask, which you brought up earlier, which is that you're the baby of the group. You know, you're only 19.
I'm only 13.
And you know, you're playing with a lot of people who are a lot older than you. Does that at any point intimidate you? Does it make you feel any different, or how do you approach that as being a younger person in a group filled with a lot of older people?
So you know what, if you putting it into the context of our group, I adore every single person in our streaming group, and at no point have I ever felt, like we say this all the time, at no point would I've ever thought there's any kind of age gap between us, like at all. Like even when I met people like G and Frey, the age gaps between us, not noticeable at all. Sometimes I do sit and think, and I'm like, oh, like, I feel like sometimes people feel like I feel like how do I phrase this? I feel like sometimes people baby me because I genuinely don't know any better. Like sometimes, like you guys obviously have more experience than me, so sometimes there are people older than me that are going to be like, oh yeah, by the way. But sometimes I'm like, okay, like I feel like I can figure that out myself. But I know that's coming from a place of love. And then sometimes I do feel like I'm just kind of like the annoying kid of the group, and people are like, oh, what's this child doing with us? But I think I adore you guys and being able to play with older people, because there's so much experience and things that I can learn from. And, you know, having friends that are older than me that do the same thing as I do and have done it for longer and know more than I do, that is so beneficial to me as both a person and a streamer. I think it's helped both my morals and my character as a person, and also my content has helped. Then it helps out a ton from my friends that are older than me due to the experience they have and the kind of people that they are. So I wouldn't ask for a better group of friends or streamers that are older than me, honestly. Very thankful.
Really interesting.